Bookmap Honest Review. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. In this video, I will be giving you my honest experience using Bookmap. What I liked, what felt challenging, and whether it's worth your time and money. If you decide you want to try it yourself, remember to click the link in the description and apply coupon code GET20 at checkout for 20% off. Now let's start with what Bookmap actually is. It is a trading platform built specifically to show you market depth visually. Instead of plain candlesticks or just numbers on a DOM, Bookmap gives you a heat map and real-time order flow. For traders who want to see liquidity in action, it's one of the most unique tools I have ever tried. The first thing that I loved was the clarity of the heat map. Bright liquidity bands show where big orders are resting, and you can watch in real time as those levels hold or fade. Combined with volume bubbles, you can see executed trades against those levels. It makes price action feel alive, not abstract. When I compared it to my usual candlestick chart, I realized how much detail I was missing before. The second standout feature was replay mode. It lets you load previous sessions and replay them tick by tick. I used this to practice setups, for example, spotting where liquidity walls created reversals. It's like rewinding the market to train your eye. Honestly, this alone could be worth the subscription for serious learners. Another pro is customization. The interface over here, it looks intimidating at first, but you can turn panels off, you can reduce color intensity and scale down bubbles until the screen feels manageable. So after a few tweaks, I had a clean setup that wasn't overwhelming. It's flexible enough that you can make it minimal or packed with add-ons depending on your style. Like this over here, these are the panels that you can add or reduce. You can change the contrast to lighter or darker, whatever seems better to you. You can also increase or decrease the volume size of the volume bubbles. Then you also have this option over here, which is the heat map dimming. So you can make it dimmer or you can make it brighter. You can also change the colors according to your preferences, and there are so many customization options which make Bookmap very user friendly. So that being said, the learning curve is real. When you first open Bookmap, it looks like a spaceship dashboard. So it took me a few hours of trial and error to feel comfortable. The good news is there are tutorials and community guides, but expect to spend some time just getting used to this layout. Now, this isn't plug and play like a basic charting tool, but that complexity is also what makes it powerful once you learn it. So it might take you a little while to get to know this place, but once you know, you are definitely going to benefit from it endlessly. Now, let's talk about pricing. Bookmap isn't cheap compared to regular charting software. But here's the thing, you're paying for tick by tick detail and unique order flow visualization. If that's something you'll actually use in your trading, then the value is there. If you're just a casual trader who glances at charts once in a while, it's probably overkill. For me, I see it as an investment in training my decision making process. And don't forget, if you decide to try it, click the link in the description and apply the coupon code GET20 to get 20% off. So that makes the pricing a lot easier to swallow. Who is Bookmap best for? In my view, future traders, active day traders, and anyone serious about understanding order flow. So if you're into crypto or stocks and you want to see depth of market activity in a visual way, this is going to be very useful. But if you only swing trade weekly charts, you won't get as much benefit. Bookmap isn't for everyone, but it is a specialized tool that delivers exactly what it promises. If you want to see liquidity and order flow in real time, it is one of the best out there. It is not a toy, it is a professional platform. For me, the insights I got from just a week of use were eye-opening. So that is my honest review of Bookmap. If you're considering giving it a try, click the link in the description, apply GET20 at checkout, and you will get a 20% off instantly. All right, so at this point over here, I want to mention that a lot of traders make the same mistakes when they first start using Bookmap, and I'm going to let you know a few of those mistakes so that you can avoid them. So first of all, I want you to make sure that you do not overcrowd your chart. Bookmap has so many options that it really is tempting to turn everything on at once. For example, using the heat map, the volume dots, and then adding multiple add-ons, and then adding alerts. But that can really overwhelm you in the start. So do not do that right up front or right at the very start. On screen, you see a chart that is packed with data. It does look impressive, but that's not what you're here for. So in practice, it slows you down. The better approach is to actually start simple with just the heat map and the volume dots. And then you can layer in extras as you get comfortable. Don't just crowd your chart up all at once or at the very beginning. Now, also make sure that you do not rush through the replay mode. Many traders do this. They scrub through an entire session in just a few minutes. It means that they just basically miss the subtle cues. So that is something that you need to look out for and you need to train your mind for. Liquidity builds very quickly and then it disappears very quickly as well in real time. So when you are watching this all take place slowly, and you watch the whole process very slowly, you can actually see how the big orders behave. So that kind of patience builds a real pattern recognition. You need to be patient and you need to really view this and train your mind according to that. And it is going to build pattern recognition. You'd be able to recognize patterns more effectively and more quickly as well. So you want to actually go through the whole process slowly and do not always just, fast forward and really go super quickly through the replay sessions. Now, also do not ignore the context. For example, you might see a huge liquidity wall, and then you would just straight up assume that it is a guaranteed support. But sometimes those orders disappear before the price even gets there. So that is something you need to look out for. On screen, you can see a big block sitting at a round number, but if it stays, the price often reacts. But if it vanishes, it's just a fake out. So that is why combining bookmap visuals with your usual strategy is so important. So avoiding these mistakes can really save your frustration and it can make your bookmap experience much smoother. So again, if you do decide to sign up, don't forget to click the link in the description and use code GET20 at checkout for a 20% off. This is an amazing discount and you can really benefit from this. Now, also, I want you to also keep in mind that chasing every small move that you see is also a mistake. Bookmap is extremely detailed, so you'll see micro shifts in liquidity and orders every second. Now, if you start reacting to all of them, so the key is basically to step back, spot the bigger liquidity levels or clusters, and then trade around those instead of noise. So stay focused and don't be really reactive and react to everything or just come to conclusions with everything. Just be patient. So being patient is really going to pay off and it is really going to help you see patterns. Now, also a mistake that is very commonly made in this field is forgetting that not all sessions look the same. So during calm hours, the heat map is lighter and liquidity sits in place. But during volatile news events, orders flash in and out quickly. So if you use the same expectations for both, you'll misread the signal. So you really need to adjust your pace and interpretation depending on the volatility you are trading. And most importantly, do not focus only on the heat map. So if you're focusing only on the heat map and then you're ignoring the volume dots, that is going to cost you. So the heat map shows liquidity, the traders are planning to do. But the dots, they show executed trades. what traders are actually doing. So on screen, you can see a cluster of large dots confirming real activity. So without paying attention to those, you might miss crucial confirmation signals. So these were some things that I really wanted to mention and I think are super, super important for our beginners. And I hope that you would not make these mistakes and you would get so much more value from these practice sessions.